Welcome. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to complete the practice worksheet for writing electron configurations. First things first, click on it, open it up, and you'll need to download this file. So click download, and you'll open it with Microsoft Word. When it pops up, you may need to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in to like 175 just for your viewing. Of course, name, period, date, that's no problem. The first question, explain the process of writing an electron configuration in your own words. While creating an example, you should use the periodic table below to shade and emphasize it, and shade in or emphasize it in a way that helps illustrate your example. So down at the bottom of the first page, that's where you're going to write your explanation and provide your example. But this illustration portion, like what should you do there? Let's say I were to select silver as my example. Well, I would click on silver, and then I would go to tables, shading, and I'd pick a color that I want to shade it, maybe green. So this is the element that I'm going to write my electron configuration for. It has 47 electrons, its symbol is Ag, and now what other pieces do I need to include in order to write the full electron configuration of silver? Well, what I need to include are the following. Okay, so I select like helium, because that's where I'm just going to start, 1s2. And I could shade that either the same color or you could pick a different color of the pieces to get to silver. So you would select 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10, 4p6, 5s2, and then the final piece of the puzzle would be 4d9. All right, so that's the process that I go through in order to write the electron configuration for silver. And then you would write that in your example. You provide all those pieces in the example. So now what I'll do is I'll do another example down here. In the space below, write the full electron configurations of the following elements. So you're writing the entire electron configuration for each one of these elements. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do the first one for you. It is aluminum. So up here on the periodic table, aluminum is element number 13. Okay, and now I'm going to change my shading to just all light orange. Okay, so I want aluminum to be light orange, and you don't want to reshade after you do your example problem, but I'm going to reshade here just so you know what I'm going to write down. It would start with 1s2, it'd be 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1, and that's what I would stop at for aluminum. So then I would come down here and actually type it in, all right, for my aluminum example. So I would write 1s, and then under the Home tab is where you find your exponent, right underneath the font, superscript, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. And that's the electron configuration for that one. Then down here it says write Ng in the left-hand box for each element in the table above that's classified as a noble gas. So any of these that are classified as noble gases, I write Ng for. For example, helium is a noble gas, so I'd write Ng there. Neon is a noble gas, so I'd write Ng there. The example I gave before, aluminum, is in the P block. And you'll notice questions 3, 4, and 5 ask, write S for elements in the S block, D for elements in the D block, and P for elements in the P block. So you're basically locating the regions where these elements are located, and then coding them appropriately. This bottom section, you need to complete in spaces below. Identify each element based on the provided electron configuration. So here I give you an electron configuration, and then you need to find the element, and you write the element name. For example, if this were aluminum, which it's not, okay, this is not the correct answer, but if you thought that it was aluminum, you'd write aluminum there in the blank. And then if you thought that this was an S block element, then you would write S here. Because question 7 says write S in the left-hand box for each element in the above table. That is an S block element. This is not an S block element, and it is not aluminum. So those are not the right answers. You need to figure those things out. When you are all done, save this document to your desktop, drag and drop, place it in your week 11 folder. Thank you.